President, please be seated.
អង្គជំនុំជម្រះប្រកាសបន្តក៏
The court is now in session. Today, the chamber will resume hearing the testimony of a Cambodian via video link. Mr. Amhoy, please report the attendance of the parties and other individuals to today's proceedings. Gracias. Mr. President, for today's proceedings, all parties to this case are present. Mr. Nguyen Chie is present in the holding cell downstairs. He has waived his rights to be present in the courtroom. The waiver has been delivered to the greffier. A witness who is to testify today, that is Madame Cambodia. She will provide testimony by video link from Battambang province. The AV technicians confirms that the technical system has been ready, and for witness and duty counsel, Mr. Monratia, they are ready for today's proceeding. Thank you very much, Mr. President. President, thank you. The chamber now decides on the request by Nguyen Chie. The chamber has received a waiver from Nguyen Chie dated the 5th of May 2015, which states that due to his health, there is headache, back pain, he cannot sit or concentrate for long, and in order to effectively participate in future hearings, he requests to waive his rights to participate in and be present at the 5th of May 2015 hearing. He advised that his counsel advised him about the consequence of this waiver, that in no way it can be construed as a waiver of his rights to be tried fairly or to challenge evidence presented or admitted to this court at any time during this trial. Having seen the medical report of Nguyen Chie by the duty doctor for the accused at ECCC, dated the 5th of May 2015, who notes that Nguyen Chie has a chronic back pain when he sits for long, and recommends that the chamber shall grant him his request so that he can follow the proceedings remotely from the holding cell downstairs. Based on the above information and pursuant to Rule 81.5 of the ECCC's internal rules, the chamber grants Nguyen Chie his request to follow today's proceeding remotely from the holding cell downstairs via an audio-visual means. AV technician are instructed to link the proceeding to the room downstairs so that he can follow the proceeding. That applies for the whole day. Before I give the floor to the defense counsel for the accused, I would like to ask whether judges on the bench has any questions for this witness. You may now proceed, Judge Lavanya.
Oui, merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, Madam. Can you hear me?
Witness, yes, I could hear you. Good morning.
Bien, Madame, j'aurais...
Very well, Madam. I would have some very short follow-up questions regarding questions that have already been put to you. For starters, I would like us to talk about the date on which you were appointed Chief of Chentong Commune. Can you please tell us exactly when you were appointed Chief of that commune?
ចាសូមជំរាប
Witness. Mr. President, I do not recall when I was appointed. However, I remember that I was appointed in 1973. There was no official ceremony held at that time. I was only told that I was appointed.
Et est-ce que vous vous souvenez,
And do you remember the names of your predecessors, that is, the persons who were chiefs of that commune before you?
ចា
Answer: Yes, however, I do not recall well.
មុននឹងមាន
Before that time,
le nom de...
Does the name Sao Van, Sao alias Sao Po, mean anything to you? The name Sao Van alias Sao Po.
តទៀត
Witness, could you repeat the name again? It's not clear to me.
Alors, je vous prie de m'excuser parce que mon
I crave your indulgence because my accent is, of course, very bad. But the name I am giving you is Sao Van alias Sao Po.
Answer: Yes.
Quelles étaient les responsabilités
What were the duties and responsibilities of that person?
ពីមុនខ្ញុំ
Witness, I did not know clearly about him. He was also in charge in the commune, and I do not know his position.
Il était responsable
Was he in charge at the same time as yourself? Was he an official at the same time as yourself? And if so, up until when?
គាត់
Answer: He was in charge at the same time as me. I do not know when his duty ended, but we were working together for a long time as well.
dans votre audition.
In the record of your interview, you refer to someone called Sam Bit. Can you tell us what was the position of Sam Bit?
Answer: I do not know some but very well. He came to work in Takao region, and later I do not know about him.
Avez-vous assisté
Did you attend meetings chaired by Sam Bit? And if yes, what were the subjects discussed during that meeting or during those meetings?
ខ្ញុំអត់ដែលបាន
Answer: I never attended the meeting with him.
hier, on vous
Yesterday, you were told of a person called Dam and who worked in the district office. You stated that you remembered that person. Can you tell us what was his precise role in the district office?
ដាំមិនមានធ្វើការ
Witness. Dam did not work in the district office.
ខ្ញុំនឹកមិនទាន់ឃើញ
I cannot recall it.
Quels étaient alors ses
What were his duties and responsibilities, therefore, if he was not working in the district? What was his position?
Answer. From what I know, Dam was working at Krang Tachan.
Avez-vous eu l'occasion de...
Did you ever have a chance to converse with Dam? Did you meet him?
Answer. No. He was working in the district, in the office. I have never met him. President, I noticed you are on your feet. Do you have anything to address the chamber?
Oui, excusez-moi pour...
Forgive me for this interruption. Good morning. I believe there is some confusion regarding pronunciation, since mention was made of Dam. And I think the person Judge Lavang is referring to in the district office is Don. D-A circumflex accent N. I don't know whether you can clarify the witness's name to assist the witness.
Est-ce que vous avez entendu?
Witness, did you hear the prosecutor? It would appear there are two people. There's Dam, who worked at Krantachan, and Don, who worked in the district office. Do you remember a person called Don who worked in the district office?
Don
Witness. Yes, Don. His name was Don.
Et
Don
jusqu'à quand?
And up until when did Don work in the district office?
Don ធ្វើការនៅ
Answer. Don was working in the district office up until a certain period of time. I do not recall when. He was working there for a long period of time, from my recollection.
Et où est-il allé après?
And where did he go after that?
គាត់
Answer. I do not have any idea where he went afterwards,
ខ្ញុំអត់នៅ
since I was not working in the district office.
Alors, maintenant, on va parler de...
Now, we'll talk about Dam, the one who worked at Krantachan. Did he work at Krantachan throughout the period, or did he stop working at Krantachan at any point in time?
ខ្ញុំអត់បាន
Witness. I do not remember it because he was not in the commune where I worked.
Avez-vous su
Did you know whether Dam was subsequently detained at Krantachan?
ខ្ញុំអត់បានដឹង
Witness. I do not know about this.
Est-ce que vous vous souvenez
Do you recall having been shown a document, and it is document D157.64. Can your counsel show you that document?
Avez-vous trouvé ce document?
Have you found that document? D157.64.
សូមរំលឹកចៅក្រមកំពុងតែស្វែង
Duty Council. There are many documents. We are now looking for the right one.
បាត់ឃើញហើយ
The document is now found.
Alors, pour le transcript,
For the record, let me point out that the ERN in Khmer is as follows: 00270974 to 75, and the ERN in French is 00789272, and the ERN in English, the French goes to 73, by the way. In English, it is 00363655. Madam Witness, have you been able to identify that document?
ចាកំពុងមើល
Witness, I am now reading the document.
est-ce que ce document vous rappelle quelque chose?
Does that document remind you of anything?
Witness, I am not able to find the right page. Witness, I got the document with me. However, I do not recall about the event after I read the documents.
ពួកពេលនោះខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងឃុំនៅ
During that time, I was in the commune and I was not yet transferred to the districts.
Est-ce que vous voyez la signature au...
Can you see the signature at the bottom of that document?
Witness, yes.
Est-ce que vous reconnaissez ces...
Do you recognize that signature?
The name was mine and the signature was mine. However, I do not recall the document or the content of the document.
Alors, il y a également une mention.
Very well. There is also an annotation close to your signature, and it reads as follows: copied from Comrade Uert from the Unit 4 Committee. Do you know who the person Uert from the Unit 4 Committee was?
ចាមិនមែន
Answer: It was not, the name was not Huot, it was Hua.
គាត់ជា
Hua was the chief of the units.
គាត់ជាមេកង
He was the head of the unit in the village.
វាចាត់សំ7 21 ខែចាត់7ចាត់7មែនតែខ្ញុំមើលមិនច្បាស់
សូមទៅលោកចក្រម
There was an overlap.
បើថាមើលមិនច្បាស់ប្រាប់ថាមើលច្បាស់
ចាត់7
Quelle était la fonction de cette unité?
What was the role of that unit? Was it a unit of the militia? What was the work of that unit?
As for Unit 4, actually there were men's units which were under responsibility of the head of men's units. And for men's units, they are working they are working in the fields, and there are also militia units. A militia unit is also working in the fields.
Alors, est-ce que vous pouvez
Very well. Can you explain why we have that annotation copied from Comrade Uor? What was the role of Uyo in this matter?
Witness: It appears that I did not copy anything from Huo. I do not really understand about this document.
ក៏សូមបញ្ជាក់
Could Your Honor tell me whether the document was dated in 1977 or in 1970 something, because it was not clear to me in the document that I'm reading now.
Alors, je peux vous dire ce que je lis.
I can tell you what I am reading in the French version I have before me. At the end, it is written, done at Chentong on the 21st of July, 1977. Let me point out, by the way, that we have another document, and it is document E3/4164. The ERN in French is 00937104 and 0073 or rather 00974147 in English, and in Khmer it is 00079 337 to 338. The document is titled Summary Biography of Prisoners Detained at Tramkak District, and the first name on that list is that of Nguyen Dam, who is also called Cheng Dam in English, and it is stated on the document that the date of entry for re-education was the 20th of July 1977. Now, does that ring a bell?
Witness, I do not really understand about the matter of Dam. As for in 1977, I was still working in the commune. And for Dam, he was working in Krang Tachan, so it was under the district responsibilities. That is why, as I said, I do not really understand about this matter.
Madame le témoin, j'ai peur que vous ne...
Madam Witness, there must be a mix-up somewhere. When I read out the document bearing the name Nguyen Dam to you, that name was indicated as that of a prisoner and not that of a staff member at Krantachan. He had been a staff member at Krantachan, but it would appear that he was subsequently imprisoned. Let me also inform you that we have just told you that the record bearing your signature dates back to the same period when it appears that Dam was detained at Krantachan. Do you have any explanations for this?
Witness, Dam was not living in or working in Chiang Tong commune. He was in Tropang Thom Kang Cheung commune. Why his matter is related to my case? Because, as I said, I do not really understand about this. As for the signature, it was mine.
Yes, fine. I think we should move on to something else. Witness, when you were interviewed by the co-investigating judges, you said that sometimes you would not always respect the instructions that you received from the higher echelon. And you said in particular that at times you hid rice. So can you confirm this to us?
Witness, there were plans from the upper echelon. For example, when people did not have enough food to eat, and when after the harvest, I would hide some to supply my people to have enough food to eat. It is true that I hid some rice.
Did you hide rice in violation of the instructions that were given to you by the district?
Yes, it seems that way. However, my expectation was to hide it for the supplies to my people.
How many times did you hide rice in this way, and why? What were the reasons?
จากการ
The reason for hiding the rice was that I did it for my people, and I only hid it a few times, and most of the time I hid it in the pagoda.
Did you sometimes note that people would die because they did not have enough to eat?
It might have happened due to shortage of food, as the shortage of food or malnutrition led people to be sick.
I'm not asking you to make suppositions. I'm asking you to tell us what you know. Did this happen or did this not happen?
Est-ce qu'il y a eu des...
Were there food shortages? And did people die because of these food shortages?
First, there were indeed food shortages. However, allow me to stress the food shortage in Jiangdong commune was not that serious, and no one died out of hunger in Jiangdong commune.
I don't understand your answer, because just before you told us that probably people had died because of food shortages. You told us that people had been sick. So where were the people who were sick? Were the sick people everywhere else except for in your commune?
No, that's not the case. Of course, people became ill also in my commune, but no one died from starvation in my commune, although sometimes the food supply was not sufficient. That's what I meant in my previous statement. And that's what I saw in my commune.
And was it the same situation elsewhere in the district, or was the situation particularly bad, or was it better elsewhere?
I did not know about what happened in the other areas.
You never spoke about production problems when you had meetings at the district level? Never? Never these issues were brought up?
For the meetings at the district, they discuss about the rice productions and about the rainy and dry season cultivation, and about growing vegetables, and about finding supplementary food for the people.
Bien,
Fine. I have a last question for you, Ms. Witness. You were interviewed by the co-investigating judge's office, and you were interviewed with respect to an annotation that is on document where the word kamtik is mentioned. Kamtik, which means to smash. So, when this word is applied to people who were arrested and who were detained, that is, people who were considered enemies, what then was the real meaning of the word kamtik?
It is my understanding that the word kamtik means the arrest or the cleansing.
alors que veut dire
So, in that case, what does cleansing mean?
There are various kinds of cleansings, namely the arrest or the getting rid of old ideas or concepts and build a new one.
Witness, someone who was sent to Krang Tachan and for whom the order was given to smash him, what do you believe then was the meaning of that order?
I do not know about its meaning in that context. As I said, the word kamtik or balsam ad or cleansing, I only heard about it, but I myself did not involved in it.
Witness, and this will be my last comment, let me remind you of your answer, which is in document E319/12.3.2. This is at answer 264. And the word smash.
vous rappelez avoir
Do you remember having said that, witness?
Yes, I see that phrase.
Fine. If you have no further comments, and I have no further questions, so thank you, Mr. President. Well, just to confirm something, you did say that to the co-investigating judges, is that so? They did not invent that, right? What I read out to you at answer 264, you are the person who said that, right? Or was this invented by the investigators?
That's what I said. And that's what I said because that's what I was told. And based on the decision of Pratt.
Who told you that?
It was Pratt.
Qui est
And who was Prak?
Pratt worked at the sector level.
Merci, madame.
Thank you, witness. I have no further questions for you.
President, thank you, Judge Lavay. The Chamber would like now to give the floor to the defense teams, and first to the defense team for Nuon Chea to put the questions to witness Cameroon. You have the floor, Counsel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, Your Honors. Good morning, Counsel. Good morning, Madam Witness. My name is Victor Koppe. I am the international co-lawyer for Nuon Chea, and I have some questions to ask to you. First, I would like to start with some follow-up questions to questions from the judge this morning. You said that at some occasions you were hiding rice to feed your people. When you say, quote unquote, my people, what exactly do you mean with that?
When I said my people, I meant the people who were living in my commune.
And when you talk about my people, does it also include the people who had arrived from Phnom Penh or from Takeo provincial town and who were considered new people?
Yes, I meant everyone.
So in supplying food to the people of your commune, you made no distinction at all between new people and old people. Is that correct?
Yes.
How about access to hospitals for people who were sick and access to medicine for people who were sick? Did you in your commune make any distinction between new people and old people in terms of access to hospitals and medicines?
No. I would send everyone to the hospital, and it was up to the hospital staff to treat those people to make there was no distinction between the people in my commune.
And how about education? Was there a difference in treatment for children of parents coming from Phnom Penh or the old people? In other words, did everybody in your commune have access to education?
On the matter of education and schooling, they all did it together. There was no distinction.
Summarizing, Madam Witness, would it be fair to say that in your commune you did not discriminate so-called new people?
Yes.
In your commune, did you ever send somebody for re-education simply because he was a new person? Or if you send somebody for re-education, that person had to have done something wrong?
Allow me to clarify that I personally never sent people. If someone made a mistake, then I would report the matter to the upper level, and only after I received the instruction from the upper level, then the person would have been sent.
I understand, but are you aware of situations in your commune or maybe other communes within District 105 in which people were punished simply because they were new people?
I only knew what happened in my commune, that is the Jingtong commune, and there was no such case.
Thank you, Madam Witness. Some two more short questions on the food situation. I would like to read to you a question and answer that you gave to the investigators of the international co-investigating judge. That's document E319/12.3.2. It is your answer to question 56. The subject is Tamok, and whether you know Tamok. The question is, did you personally know him? And you answer to the investigators as follows. Yes, I personally knew him. Sometimes he came to see the cooperative kitchen and he asked the people whether they ate enough or not. Tamok visited every site. I met Tamok. Can you be, it's a long time ago I realize, but can you be a little more specific as to what exactly Tamok asked you or asked the people whether they ate enough, yes or no? Was he, in other words, was he concerned about the food situation of the people in the district?
Yes, he came through the best, that is through the villages or through the cooperatives, and he would ask the people down there directly. He did not ask me about this matter.
Was it your understanding that he was concerned about the situation of food for the people?
It seemed that he was concerned about it.
Did you ever witness any action on his side when he saw or concluded that the food situation was difficult?
From my observation, he paid attention to the issue of food shortage.
ដោយឃើញគាត់
I saw him taking food from other places to supplement the areas that they had a shortage of food.
In your recollection, Madam Witness, was it the goal of the regime to make sure that everybody in democratic Cambodia had enough to eat?
ចា
I could only speak about the area that I lived, as I did not have a full understanding about other areas.
So within your area, was it the objective of the regime that everybody in the place where you were assigned to had enough to eat?
Yes, I wanted to have sufficient food for the people to eat, but sometimes there were cases of food shortage.
And if that was the case, was it the instructions of the upper echelon to fix the situation as soon as possible?
Yes, there was instruction from the upper level for us to try hard to resolve the living condition of the people.
Yesterday, Madam Witness, you were asked about the stealing of food by people who were hungry, and you said, I believe, that that was considered to be a minor offense. If someone had committed such a minor offense, for instance, stealing a coconut because the person was hungry, what would be the sanction against this person? What would happen to this person? Somebody who just stole a coconut because he or she was hungry, what would happen to that person?
Nothing would happen. The only thing was to educate that person, as he or she would be told that we were in the same situation.
Are you aware of any example, either within your commune or in other communes within District 105, people who were executed because they stole a coconut or a cassave?
I did not have a full understanding of this matter elsewhere. I could only understand about the situation in my commune.
Were you implementing the party line when it comes to sanctioning people who had stolen food because they were hungry?
I never sanctioned or disciplined anyone who stole food like coconut, The only thing that I did was to educate that persons that we were in the same situations, that if you were hungry, I myself was also hungry, so please stop doing that again.
And in such situations that you didn't sanction somebody, were you following the instructions from the upper echelon?
Yes. The instruction from the upper echelon was that stealing of any food because of the insufficient food, then we should not sanction that individual, and that I implemented that instruction.
And did you implement that instruction regardless whether the person was a new person or an old person?
Dạ.
Yes.
One very last question on the food situation, Madam Witness. Are you aware of any instances in which a person who was of the Chan origin was forced to eat pork against her or his will?
No, I was not aware of such a case, and there were no charms in my area.
Thank you, Madam Witness. I would like to turn to another subject on which you have been asked already some questions, and that is the policy about marriage within your commune and district. I would like to read a few excerpts from your earlier statement. I will put them together, and then I would like to ask your comment on this. First, I would like to start with your answer to question 111, A111. The commune level. Let me ask the question first. Let me cite the question first, Madam Witness. During the Khmer Rouge regime, the party arranged marriages. How did they arrange the marriages? Was there a discussion within the sector level, or was that decided by the cooperative level or village level? The second part of your answer, because the first part was read yesterday, the second part of your answer is, the ones who loved each other came to inform us, and we listed their names and sent their names to the sector. Those who did not agree also told us they did not agree, and we crossed out their names. In answer 112, you said, if the new people had to marry the old people, and if anyone refused, we crossed their names out because some people had bad backgrounds. 114, at my site, I checked which men and women worked together and got along with each other, so I arranged them to marry one another. And finally, your answer in 116. What happened? The question is, what happened if they refused to get married as arranged? Your answer, nothing like that happened at my site. They all had known one another because my site was not large. We arranged their marriage and the couples agreed. But if the upper level did not approve, they could not marry. Now, Madam Witness, having read these 4 excerpts from your statement, is it fair to conclude that in your commune there were no examples of people forcibly married to each other?
Yes.
To be clear, if anybody, any man or any woman did not want to marry another woman or man, then this person could tell so. Is that correct? And then the person wouldn't have to marry.
Dạ.
Answer, yes.
One last question in respect of marriage policy. Yesterday you spoke about people who divorced after their marriage. Were you speaking about divorces in the time that you were commune chief, or were you speaking about divorces after 1979?
Dạ,ខ្ញុំចង់
Witness, I mean, those who got married voluntarily, later on they could get divorced.
But just to be clear, are you speaking about divorce within the period between 1975 and 1979? Were people allowed to divorce during the regime of Democratic Cambodia within your commune?
Dạ.
Answer, in the periods of 1975 and 1977 there was arranged marriage, and there were also divorces among new peoples and old people. I do not know the figures, how many people get divorces.
ហើយក៏គ្មាន
And there were no torture inflicted on those who agreed to get divorced.
It's a long time ago, Madam Witness, I realize that, but do you remember any couples from your commune who got divorced between 75 and 79?
Dạ,មាន
Answer, yes, there were couples who got divorced. However, I do not recall them, and I do not recall where they got divorced.
Did they get divorced when you were still commune chief?
Dạ.
Answer, yes.
Did you, as commune chief, have to give permission for the divorce of these couples?
Dạ, tôiមិន
Answer, even I did not permit them to get divorced. They eventually got divorced. However, I try to negotiate and try to advise the ones who wanted to get divorced, and if they did not agree and could not get back to each other, and then they got divorced.
Thank you, Madam Witness. Now I would like to move to another subject, the subject of district chief called Com. In answer 285 of your interview before the investigators of the co-investigating judge, you said that Com had mental problems. Could you describe a little bit more what you remember from the personality of Com?
ចា
Answer. Com was not a normal person as us. She had a psychiatric problem on some occasions. That's what I know.
And do you know what kind of psychiatric problem Com had?
ខ្ញុំអត់បានដឹងដែរ
Answer. I do not know the type of psychiatric problem she had, but I know that she had such a problem.
I understand that the title of her disease is maybe difficult to describe, but could you, if you remember, describe her behavior? What was it that made you say, as many others, that she had mental problems? What was her behavior like?
ខ្ញុំ
Answer. I was not with her regularly or always. That is why I do not know well.
Maybe I understand it's not very nice to speak about someone's mental problems, but if you try to remember, what was it that Com did which indicated that she had psychiatric problems?
Witness, it is very difficult for me to describe. On some occasion, I noticed that she was walking without having food. I was staying with her for, once in a while, so I could not describe her personality as well.
My final question on Com, Madam Witness, do you remember whether her mental illness influenced the decisions that she made within the district?
ចា
Answer. Yes.
ដល់សំណួរ
In relation to your question, Com made the decision on her own, the decision in the commune. She has never come to discuss with those who were in the commune.
I understand, but my question was whether you know if her mental illness in some way influenced the decisions that she made.
Answer. Yes. It may be such a case. I could not describe and recall it exactly, but yes.
Mr. President, I am looking at the clock. This could be a moment to have a break.
President, thank you very much. Madam Kumbuan and Mr. Duty Counsel, it is now the break time. The chamber take a short break from now until 10:30, and by that time the hearings will resume. And I instruct the witness and duty counsel to be present before 10:30. The court is now in